The sky above West City was cut in half. On one side, the clouds were heavy and black, swirling like a dark whirlpool around the terrible energy of Black Frieza. On the other side, the sky was bright and pink, glowing with the divine light of Gohan. The two colors met in the middle. They pushed against each other. They sparked and crackled like live wires. The sound was a low hum that made teeth hurt. It was the sound of reality bending under the weight of two monsters. Gohan floated in the air. His hair was long and silver magenta. His eyes were sharp and red. He looked calm. He did not look angry anymore. He looked like a statue made of unbreakable stone. Frieza floated opposite him. His skin was black as night. His aura was a void that ate the light. He was grinning. His tail flicked back and forth behind him. He was excited. He had waited so long for a real challenge. Down below, the ground shook. Giant rocks fell from the ruined buildings. Goku and Vegeta stood on a pile of rubble. They were looking at the giant red monster, Cell Max. Cell Max was roaring. His roar was so loud it shattered the windows of the few buildings still standing miles away. He was a mindless beast of destruction. His red eyes glowed with madness. He was charging a ball of green energy in his mouth. Goku tightened his belt. He looked at Vegeta. He smiled. He asked Vegeta if he was ready to take out the trash. Vegeta scoffed. He cracked his neck. He said he was always ready. He said he would show Kakarot how a true prince fights. Vegeta did not wait for a signal. He launched himself into the air. He flew straight at Cell Max. A purple aura exploded around him. It was not the wild, uncontrolled fire of his old ultra ego. It was the focused flame. It was dense and hot. Vegeta's eyebrows were gone. His eyes were purple. He looked scary. Cell Max saw the small blue man coming. He fired the green energy beam from his mouth. It was a massive laser. It was wide enough to swallow a whole city block. Vegeta did not dodge. He flew straight into the beam. The green light swallowed him. Goku watched. He did not move. He knew Vegeta had this. Inside the beam, Vegeta crossed his arms. The energy burned his skin. It tore his suit. But Vegeta did not scream. He smiled. He felt the pain. He accepted the pain. In the past, the pain made him crazy. Now the pain was just fuel. It was like gas for a car. He absorbed the damage. He turned it into power. Vegeta burst out of the other side of the beam. He was smoking. His chest was red, but his energy was higher. He screamed. He punched Cell Max right in the nose. The giant monster's head snapped back. A shockwave blew the clouds away. Cell Max stumbled. He could not believe such a tiny thing could hit so hard. Vegeta did not stop. He began to punch the giant face. Right, left, right, left. Each punch was faster than the last. Each punch was heavier. Vegeta was shouting with every hit. He was releasing all his frustration. He was releasing the anger of being beaten by Frieza. He was taking it all out on the giant red bug. Goku jumped up. He did not fly like a rocket. He floated like a feather. He was in his true ultra instinct. His hair was black, but it shimmered with a transparent silver light. He was not calm like an angel. He was calm like a warrior. He had his emotions, but he was in control of them. He could feel the excitement of the fight, but he did not let it distract him. Cell Max tried to swat Vegeta away. His giant hand came down like a fly swatter, but before it could hit Vegeta, Goku was there. Goku kicked the giant hand. He did not kick it hard. He kicked it at the perfect angle. He used Cell Max's own force against him. The giant hand flew back and hit Cell Max in his own face. The monster roared in confusion. Goku and Vegeta landed on a floating rock. They stood side by side. They did not look at each other. They just knew what to do. They had fought together for years. They were rivals, but they were also the best team in the universe. Goku charged a Kamehameha. Vegeta charged a Gallic gun. The blue light and the purple light mixed together. Cellmax was getting up. He was angry. The spots on his back began to glow neon green. He was going to explode with energy. He opened his mouth to fire again, but the Saiyans were faster. They shouted together, "Gallic, Kamehameha." The beam was massive. It spiraled. It hit Cellmax in the chest. It pushed the giant monster back. His feet dragged through the city streets, digging deep trenches in the ground. He crashed into a mountain outside the city. The mountain collapsed on top of him. High in the sky, Frieza did not look down. He did not care about Cellmax. He did not care about his army. He only cared about the man in front of him. He looked at Gohan. He studied him. He was looking for fear. He was looking for doubt, but he found nothing. Gohan's eyes were clear. It annoyed Frieza. He hated that look. It was the same look Goku gave him on Namek. It was the look of someone who thought they could win. "Shall we begin?" Frieza asked. His voice was silky and smooth. "Or do you want to stand there and look pretty all day?" Gohan did not answer with words. He answered with speed. He vanished. He did not use instant transmission. He just moved so fast that the light could not keep up. He appeared instantly in front of Frieza. He threw a punch. It was a simple punch. No energy blast. No trick. Just a fist. Frieza's eyes widened. He raised his forearm to block. The fist hit the arm. Crack. The sound was like a nuclear bomb going off. The air around them shattered like glass. A white ring of pressure expanded outwards. It cut the clouds for miles. Frieza felt the bones in his arm vibrate. It hurt. It actually hurt. He was surprised. He was in his black form. He was supposed to be invincible. He pushed back. He tried to kick Gohan. Gohan caught the foot. Gohan spun around and threw Frieza. Frieza flew through the air. He stopped himself. He was angry now. He pointed his finger. He fired a death beam. It was not a normal purple beam. It was black with a red core. It was faster than lightning. Gohan tilted his head. The beam missed his ear by a millimeter. It singed a few strands of his hair. Gohan flew forward. He flew through the air like a swimming dragon. He was graceful. Frieza fired more beams. Pew, pew, pew. Hundreds of them. They turned the sky into a spiderweb of black lasers. Gohan dodged them all. He moved like water. He flowed around the attacks. He was using the calmness of his divine training. But when he got close, he switched. He switched to the beast. His eyes flashed red. He roared. He sledgehammered his fist down on Frieza's head. Frieza crossed his arms above his head to block. The impact sent Frieza crashing down towards the earth. He fell like a meteor. He hit the ground hard. The impact created a crater the size of a stadium. Dust and dirt flew up into the air. Gohan stayed in the sky. He watched the hole. He breathed in. He breathed out. He was not tired. He felt endless energy. The power of the dragon god was flowing through him. It was not like Kai. It felt like he was connected to the universe itself. The universe was feeding him. In the crater, Frieza stood up. He brushed dirt off his shoulder. He looked at his armor. It had a small crack. He touched the crack. He frowned. Then he started to laugh. It was a low, creepy laugh. It grew louder. "Oh, wonderful, simply wonderful." Frieza floated up slowly. "I admit I was worried. I thought I had become too strong. I thought I would break you like a twig. But you are durable. You are a good toy." Frieza flared his aura. The black darkness expanded. It swallowed the light of the sun. The temperature dropped. It became freezing cold. The malice in Frieza's heart was so strong it affected the physical world. Flowers on the ground withered and died. The water in the bay turned grey. This was the power of pure evil. Frieza looked at Gohan. You learned some new tricks in that dimension. But let me tell you something, boy. Tricks are for children. Power is for emperors. Frieza charged. This time, he was not playing. He was moving at full speed. He disappeared. Gohan's eyes darted left and right. He could not see Frieza. He could not sense him. Black Frieza had no energy signature. He was a void. Gohan had to rely on his instinct. He felt a disturbance in the air behind him. He ducked. Frieza's tail whipped over his head. It sounded like a whip crack. Gohan tried to elbow Frieza, but Frieza was gone again. Bam! Gohan felt a punch in his ribs. Bam! A kick to his jaw. Bam! A knee to his stomach. Frieza was everywhere. He was moving so fast he looked like smoke. Gohan was taking hits. He gritted his teeth. He tried to follow the movements. He closed his eyes. He stopped looking with his eyes. He looked with his soul. The Dragon God trial had taught him to sense intent, not energy. Intent. He felt a sharp spike of hate coming from his left. Gohan snapped his hand out. He grabbed Frieza's wrist. Frieza stopped. He looked shocked. Gohan opened his eyes. They were glowing bright silver. Found you, Gohan said. Gohan pulled Frieza in. He headbutted him. The sound was sickening. Frieza's nose crunched. Purple blood sprayed out. Frieza stumbled back. He held his nose. Tears came to his eyes. It was the first time he had bled in years. He looked at the blood on his glove. He stared at it. His hand started to shake. Not from fear, from rage. Pure, unadulterated rage. You monkey! Filth! Frieza screamed. Frieza exploded with power. He flew at Gohan. They began to trade blows. It was a blur of fists and feet. They were moving so fast that normal eyes would see nothing. Even Goku and Vegeta, who were fighting Cell Max, had to pause for a second to look up. They saw sparks in the sky. They felt the pressure. Back on the ground, Cell Max erupted from the mountain of rubble. He was not hurt. He was just angry. His red armor was scratched, but he was still full of power. He roared again. This time, he did not look at Goku or Vegeta. He looked at the city. He saw the small figures of Goten and Trunks hiding behind a broken wall. He saw the unconscious bodies of Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. His simple brain identified them as targets. He raised his arm. His hand began to glow. He was going to wipe them out. Goku saw this. Vegeta, the kids. Vegeta saw it too. Damn it! They both abandoned their attack stance. They flew towards the kids. Cell Max fired. A barrage of energy bullets shot towards the ruins. Goku used instant transmission. He appeared in front of Goten and Trunks. He spun his arms. Energy shield. A blue barrier formed around them. The bullets hit the shield. Boom, boom, boom. The shield held, but the ground around them was destroyed. Vegeta flew at Cell Max. He kicked Cell Max in the knee. The giant leg buckled. Cell Max fell to one knee. Vegeta grabbed the giant tail. He spun around. He was trying to throw the giant beast. Kakarot, stop playing defense. We need to finish this oversized bug now, Vegeta yelled. Goku dropped the shield. He nodded. Right. Goku flew up. He closed his eyes. He took a deep breath. A giant avatar appeared behind him. It was a giant made of energy. It looked like Goku. It was the technique he used against Moro. The giant Goku grabbed Cell Max. It held the monster's arms. Cell Max struggled. He bit the energy arm. But the giant Goku held tight. Now, Vegeta, Goku shouted. Vegeta flew up high. He placed his hands together. He gathered all his ultra ego destruction energy. A giant purple ball formed in his hands. It crackled with black lightning. It was the Hakai energy. Gamma burst flash, Vegeta screamed. He fired the beam. It was a river of purple fire. It hit Cellmax right in the head. The giant Goku avatar let go and vanished just in time. The beam engulfed Cellmax. The monster screamed. His red armor began to crack. The heat was intense. It melted the ground. It melted the rocks. The explosion was blinding. A mushroom cloud of purple smoke rose up. Goku and Vegeta landed next to each other. They were panting. They were tired. They watched the smoke. Slowly, the smoke cleared. There was a deep hole in the ground. In the bottom of the hole there was nothing. No body, no armor, just ash. Cellmax was gone, disintegrated completely. Goten and Trunks cheered from behind the wall. Yeah, Dad, Vegeta, you did it. Goku gave a thumbs up. He wiped sweat from his forehead. Phew, that was a tough one. He was strong. Vegeta scoffed. He was a brute, no technique, just size. Vegeta looked up at the sky. His face became serious again. The real problem is up there. Above them, the battle between Gohan and Frieza was getting more intense. The sky was changing colors rapidly. Pink, black, pink, black. It looked like a strobe light. Gohan and Frieza were locked in a grapple. Their hands were clasped together. They were pushing against each other. It was a contest of strength. The air around them was warping. It looked like looking through a funhouse mirror. You cannot win, Frieza hissed. His face was inches from Gohan's. I have trained for 10 years in hellish isolation. My hatred is infinite. What do you have? You read books. You play house with your family. You are soft. Gohan pushed back. His muscles bulged. His silver pink hair flowed in the energy wind. That is why you will lose, Frieza. You are alone. You fight for yourself. You fight for hate. Gohan's eyes glowed brighter. I fight for something else. I fight for the people I love. My strength doesn't come from hate. It comes from the need to protect. And that is infinite too. Gohan roared. He broke the grapple. He headbutted Frieza again. Then he spun and kicked Frieza in the side. Frieza flew back. Gohan raised his hands above his head. Masenko. A beam of yellow and pink light shot from his hands. It hit Frieza. Frieza blocked it, but he was pushed back miles. He crashed through a cloud. He stopped himself. He looked at his hands. They were trembling. He was getting tired. How? He had endless stamina in this form. How was this monkey pushing him this far? Frieza looked down at the earth. He saw the crater where Cellmax died. He saw Goku and Vegeta watching. He felt trapped. He was the Emperor. He was the strongest. He could not lose here. Not again. A dark thought entered his mind. If he could not beat Gohan, he would just destroy the board. He would destroy the playground. Frieza flew higher. He went up into the upper atmosphere. The air got thin. The sky turned black. He looked down at the blue curve of the earth. He raised one finger. A small ball of energy appeared on the tip. It was tiny, the size of a marble, but it was heavy. It was black and orange. It was a supernova, a planet killer. Let's see you protect this, Frieza shouted. His voice echoed across the whole planet. He threw the ball. It grew as it fell. It became the size of a house, then the size of a mountain, then the size of a moon. It was falling straight towards West City. It was burning the air. The heat was scorching. Gohan looked up. He saw the death ball coming. He saw the fire. He heard Frieza's laugh. Goku shouted, "Gohan, deflect it." Gohan shook his head. "No, if I deflect it, it might hit another planet. I have to destroy it." Gohan flew up. He flew straight at the giant ball of fire. He looked like an ant flying towards a bowling ball. He did not slow down. He flared his aura. The divine beast aura exploded. It formed a shield around him. He entered the ball. He flew inside the energy. It was hot. It was like swimming in lava. The pressure tried to crush him. Frieza's hate was all around him. It tried to poison his mind. It tried to make him give up. But Gohan focused. He focused on Pan's smile. He focused on Vidal's voice. He focused on Piccolo's teachings. He reached the center of the ball. The core. It was a dense knot of black energy. Gohan pulled his fist back. He concentrated all his divine power into his knuckles. Dragon God. Fist. He punched the core. The impact was silent for a second. Then the giant ball of fire turned white. It stopped falling. It started to crack. Beams of pink light shot out of the cracks. It looked like an egg hatching. Then it shattered. The energy dissipated into sparkling dust. It rained down on Earth like glitter. It was beautiful. Frieza watched from space. His jaw dropped. He had destroyed planets with that attack. And Gohan just punched it. He punched a supernova. Frieza felt a cold chill in his spine. It was fear. For the first time in his new life, he felt genuine fear. Gohan flew out of the glitter. He shot up towards space. He stopped in front of Frieza. Gohan's clothes were burnt. His chest was bare. He had scratches and bruises, but he looked stronger than ever. He floated in the vacuum of space. He didn't need to breathe thanks to the Dragon God's blessing. "Is that it?" Gohan asked. His voice was transmitted through energy telepathy. "Are you done throwing tantrums?" Frieza snarled. "I am not done until you are dead." Frieza charged again. But this time, Gohan was ready. He caught Frieza's punch. He twisted Frieza's arm behind his back. He kicked Frieza in the back of the knee. Frieza knelt in space. Gohan placed his hand on Frieza's back. He blasted him. Frieza flew down towards Earth. He re-entered the atmosphere. He became a fireball. He crashed into the ocean. A massive tsunami rose up. The water flooded the coast. Gohan flew down. He hovered over the boiling ocean. He waited. The water parted. Frieza rose up. He was panting heavy. His black skin was dull. He was bruised. One of his eyes was swollen. He looked like a mess. He looked at Gohan. He hated him. He hated him so much. But he also respected him. He realized that brute force was not working. He needed to be smarter. He needed to be cruel. Frieza looked at the shore. He saw Goku and Vegeta. He saw the weak humans. A wicked smile returned to his face. He wiped the blood from his mouth. "You are strong, Gohan," Frieza said. "Stronger than I calculated. But you have a weakness. A glaring, fatal weakness." "And what is that?" Gohan asked. "You care," Frieza whispered. Frieza raised both hands. He did not aim at Gohan. He aimed at the ground. He fired thousands of small death beams. They were not aimed at the fighters. They were aimed at the city. They were aimed at the shelters where the people were hiding. They were aimed at the whole continent. "Save them, if you can," Frieza laughed maniacally. Gohan's eyes widened. "No!" Gohan moved. He had to be everywhere at once. He flew faster than he had ever flown. He was a streak of pink light. He intercepted a beam aimed at a hospital. He blocked a beam aimed at a school. He kicked a beam aimed at Capsule Corp. But there were too many. He couldn't stop them all. Goku and Vegeta jumped in. They started blasting the beams too. "Don't let any of them hit," Goku shouted. Vegeta was firing rapid blasts. "Coward, fight us," Vegeta yelled at Frieza. Frieza just laughed. He kept firing. He was draining Gohan's stamina. He was forcing Gohan to use his energy for defense. He watched Gohan fly back and forth. He saw Gohan slowing down. He saw the sweat flying from Gohan's face. "Dance, monkey, dance," Frieza taunted. Gohan blocked another beam with his chest. It burned him. He winced. He looked at Frieza. He was angry, really angry, but he couldn't attack. If he attacked Frieza, the beams would hit the people. He was trapped. Frieza knew this. Frieza was exploiting his kindness. Gohan felt his energy dipping. The rose form was heavy. It used a lot of focus. Maintaining this speed was draining him. He needed a moment, just one moment to counterattack. But Frieza gave him no room. Suddenly, a green light appeared. It was Piccolo. He was back on his feet. He was glowing orange. He was huge. He flew up next to Gohan. "Gohan, go. Get him. We will handle the city." "But Mr. Piccolo," Gohan hesitated. "Go," Piccolo shouted. He fired a massive wave of energy from his mouth. It exploded into a net. The net caught hundreds of Frieza's beams. "I'm the Orange Guardian. I can hold the line. Finish him." Goku and Vegeta formed in a wall next to Piccolo. "We got this, son," Goku said. "Go beat him." Gohan nodded. The worry vanished from his face. It was replaced by determination. He turned to Frieza. The distraction was gone. The shackles were off. Frieza saw the switch. He stopped laughing. He saw Gohan coming. Gohan was not flying. He was teleporting. He appeared right in front of Frieza. He grabbed Frieza by the tail. He swung him around. He slammed Frieza into the ground. Then he dragged him through the dirt. He threw him into the air. Gohan appeared above him. He sledgehammered him down. He appeared below him. He kicked him up. Gohan was juggling Frieza. He was beating him like a drum. It was a punishment. "This is for Krillin. Punch. This is for Dende. Kick. This is for my father. Elbow. This is for Earth. Knee." Frieza could not defend. He was being overwhelmed. He felt his ribs crack. He felt his tail break. He was losing consciousness. He crashed into the ground one last time. He lay there broken. The black color began to fade. He was turning back to his white form. He was beaten. Gohan landed next to him. Gohan powered down slightly. The fire cooled. He walked over to Frieza. He looked down at the fallen Emperor. "It's over, Frieza," Gohan said. "You lost." Frieza coughed. He tried to move, but he couldn't. He looked up at Gohan with one open eye. "Not yet," he wheezed. Frieza's hand twitched. He was holding something. It was a remote, a small button. "What is that?" Gohan asked. Frieza smiled. His teeth were broken and bloody. "Insurance." He pressed the button. Deep in space, far away from Earth, a signal was received. A massive ship, hidden in the asteroid belt, activated. It was Frieza's mothership. But it wasn't just a ship. It was a cannon. The planet Cracker. It aimed at Earth. It began to charge. "I told you," Frieza whispered, his voice fading. "If I cannot have this planet, no one can." The sky turned red. A giant laser beam thicker than the moon shot from space. It was coming down. It was aimed right at the core of the Earth. It would arrive in 10 seconds. Gohan looked up. He sensed the beam. It was huge. It was too big to punch. It was too big to blast. It was going to vaporize the planet. "Dad! Vegeta!" Gohan shouted. Goku and Vegeta looked up. They felt it too. Their faces went pale. "It's too big," Vegeta said. "Even a final flash won't stop that." "We have to push it back," Goku said. They flew up. Piccolo flew up. They all fired their strongest beams at the incoming laser. Kamehameha. Final flash. Special beam cannon. The 3 beams hit the giant red laser. They pushed against it. But the red laser was too strong. It kept coming. It pushed their beams back. It was 5 seconds away. Gohan looked at his friends. They were losing. The Earth was going to die. He looked at Frieza. Frieza was laughing weakly on the ground. Gohan knew what he had to do. He had to use the technique he read about in the Book of Legends. The technique Azalama used to forge stars. The dragon's soul sacrifice. It required burning your own life force to create a barrier of absolute rejection. Gohan stepped forward. He flared his energy to the max. The pink fire turned white. His hair stood up straight. His eyes glowed so bright they had no pupils. "Gohan, what are you doing?" Goku screamed. "I'm ending this," Gohan said. His voice echoed like a god. "Take care of Mom. Take care of Pan." "No, Gohan, stop." Goku tried to reach him, but the pressure pushed him back. Gohan flew straight at the giant red laser. He opened his arms wide. He embraced the beam. Divine rejection. A sphere of white light expanded from Gohan. It hit the red laser. It did not push it. It erased it. The white light consumed the red light. It grew bigger and bigger. It covered the sky. It covered the world in a blinding flash. Silence fell over the earth. When the light faded, the sky was blue again. The laser was gone. The ship in space was gone. The clouds were gone. Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo hovered in the air. They looked around. The threat was over. But where was Gohan? They looked everywhere. They sensed for his energy. There was nothing. Goku fell to his knees in the air. "Gohan," he whispered. On the ground, Frieza was also gone. Only a scorched mark remained where he lay. The wind blew softly over the ruined city. It was a sad wind. The battle was won. But the cost might have been everything. Suddenly, a faint sparkle appeared in the sky. A single speck of pink light drifted down like a snowflake. Goku watched it. He reached out his hand. The speck landed on his palm. It felt warm. It pulsed weakly. Goku's eyes widened. "He's not gone." Vegeta flew over. "What?" "He's not gone," Goku said, tears filling his eyes. "His energy, it's just scattered. He became the light. The divine beast had transcended. But could he return? The earth was safe, but the universe was now a very different place. The screen fades to white. The battle is over, but the mystery has just begun. Is Gohan dead, or has he become something else entirely? Find out in the next episode.